Hello, I'm here to discuss the mysteries of life with you. The last video, we talked about the mind, and I made a statement with saying the eyes only see what the mind has been prepared to comprehend. And so we're going to go into some other things from an emotional standpoint, because we talked about the mind, the emotional body, the physical body, and the spiritual body. Well, there's a force that we all are associated with and know about, and we can be united with, and that's the sexual force. Yes, sex is one of the most powerful forces that exist. And when we really understand the basis of sex, then we're able to come to a new awareness, because that's what it's all about, to be aware. And when we think of sex, most people think of it from a physical standpoint, and all type of images come to their minds. And sex is more than just physical. Sex is a universal force, sexuality. And the sexual force is within all of us, and that's what makes our heart beat. It's the most powerful force, creative force that exists. It is one of the forces that the Creator works through in order for us to gain illumination and understanding. Now, sex has a metaphor with numbers, which is the number 3. Anything that manifests in the principle of sex applies to many different things outside of the physicality, the physical aspects. And so when we talk about the number 3, the number 3 illustrates what the principle of sex represents. We have the 1, 2, 3. Okay, the 1 represents a positive force, a positive entity that aggressively goes into a certain direction. 2 represents a receptive energy. And we have the progressive, pioneering energy going straight to the receptive energy. When the receptive energy takes in the positive energy, then a third aspect come in, which is the result and creation of all things. And so, another good example is when we have a plug, and then we have a socket. The plug represents the positive, directive, pioneering, aggressive, the plug. And then you have the socket. The socket represents the receiving, receptive. And you take the plug and it goes into sexuality. It goes into the receptive aspect. The plug and the socket, the result of that is electricity. So this is what's happened when two people come together. Of course, we come together. It doesn't always happen, but when the time is right, when the positive or the male comes in and the female is receptive, they come together and they create a child. 1, 2, 3, the child. And so this happens in other aspects. I'm illustrating to you and demonstrating to you how sexuality is more than just physical. It's a spiritual, metaphysic principle. And so within ourselves, when we have an intermarriage, the conscious mind is the male, the aggressive. The subconscious and or unconscious mind is the receptive, the feminine, the female. So when you think a particular type of way, you put a seed and a thought into the unconscious or subconscious. The result of that, you have a child or a project. You have a musical idea, and the ideas come from the male and the female coming together. And it happens on and on. When you get in your car, you got your key. You have your key, a projection, you put that key and you insert it in that receptor that keyhole. Then you turn it. When you turn it, then it comes together, the 1 and the 2, and the car starts. 1, 2, 3, it starts. And so sex in itself is very powerful. So what we want to do and what we're trying to do from a metaphysical and spiritual aspect, we're bringing two aspects together and we get a result. And so that's what sex is. You can have sex within a group, not physically. I'm not speaking of physically. I'm not talking about an orgy. I'm talking about how you can come together with your thoughts, with someone else within the group. Two people or people in a group, you come together with your thoughts. Over here and over here, you come together, and from you coming together and combining your thoughts and your feelings, a third aspect comes, and you are able to perform different projects or create different projects from two people and two minds coming together as one. And so I'm going to read a post that I put on Facebook about sex, and I'm going to let you ponder upon the things that I've said, and I'm going to extend this another time to give you an even more in-depth understanding, metaphorically and metaphysically, of the term and the energy that we call sex or sexual energy. On sex and what it means to be human. Sex is a beautiful experience, but sex in itself is just animal, biological, and instinctive behavior. What makes it regenerating and transforming is the act and symbolism of knowing the deeper aspects of two human beings coming together as one. No ego, no layers, a deeper love, a depth of you and me, and we connect together. And you connect with the spirit, the inner core. If it's not part of a deeper love, it can be a draining moment. There's no connection, only bodies meet. Not the I in you, the spirit, the force, the fire must come together in order for it to be a rejuvenating experience. Again, not the I in you, the spirit. If it doesn't come together, then it's not regenerating. You have to have that force and the fire that comes together through a deeper love. Thank you. Think about it for those who can hear.